Dezzy open thoughts. Open thoughts. Now this is just gonna be a ramble discussion. You know what I mean? I'm just finna go off the rails and just talk about, you know what I mean? Um Life. You feel me? Just talk about life, where my head at, and basically just, get everything out there. This is how Dezzy, you feel me? This is how I do therapy, you know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean? Because in my POV, I'm just talking camera, you feel me? Talking to the mic in my own element, just rambling, you know what I mean? And whoever so choose hears it, they hear it, but I'm just gonna ramble. So yeah. First I'm gonna start out. Let's see here. What is it? It is the 27th. And I believe almost like 2 weeks ago, Dezzy, I was taking exams. You feel me? Whole 9 yards. Jeffo, appreciate, you feel me? The prime. Appreciate the prime game. You're indeed. But we do open thoughts, you feel me? So yeah, man. 2 weeks ago I was taking exams, and once I finished exams, bro, when I tell you that Monday was a great relief off my shoulders, you feel me? It was a great relief. I felt like, bro, when I woke up on Monday, it was just bro, like I had the courage to get up out of bed. You know what I mean? I wasn't just dragging along, you feel me, and just watching my clock as the hours tick past, like, oh man, I gotta go to class. Like, no, like I was actually, you feel me, motivated, and yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, for the last 2 weeks I have been doing nothing but playing Elden Ring, Night Ring. Let's get off the rails a little bit. See, and that's why I haven't been streaming, because, like, bro, when I tell you, I would get off work and I would just sit alone in my room and not say a word. Just play this Elden Ring game. I would just play this Elden Ring game, bro. I was locked in. But, and like I said, quick rant. I love the game, but I hate the fact that it's a multiplayer game without game chat. There's no game chat. There's no text box where I can talk with my team. The only way you can communicate with your team is like a ping system. Like, like, it's cool. Some of the people are competent, to, you feel me, communicate that way. But bro, it's dumb. That's the dumbest thing FromSoft, the people who made Elden Ring, could ever do, because that's just not an efficient. There's no reason this should be a multiplayer game. There's no way I can communicate with my team. But anyways, that's beside the point. Basically, for the last 2 weeks, I've been doing nothing. Holidays with the fam, all the fam that came over. But these are open thoughts. So, also I did write down some notes a while ago. Like I said, I wrote this 2 weeks ago. I wrote this at work. You feel me? Just to you know what I mean? Just so I could talk. Like I said, it's rambling, so I'm just picking and choosing my thoughts. First thing first, school. That comes to mind. School. I have 2 semesters and a summer left. My advisor, I scheduled to report my advisor. 2 semesters and a summer left, and I have to take 4 classes in each one of those semesters. Now, the upcoming semester that I'm supposed to take, like I said, I got a class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, Monday and Wednesday, I only got 1 class. But Tuesday and Thursday, I gotta wake up 7, and I got a class from 8 all the way to like 4. I have 3 classes in that day, spamming from 8 o'clock to like not even 4, like 5, something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, man, and I can't divulge any more effort into school anymore, bro. I'm completely drained. You feel me? I had the same conversation 4 months ago, but I don't think I can put any more energy. I don't think I can put any more energy into this thing that I truly don't want to do. You feel me? Like, and I already had a conversation with myself that yeah, it's pretty. It doesn't make much sense, quit now when I have, in hindsight, 20% left. I have 20% left until I graduate. But honestly, bro, in my head, I'm thinking like, I don't think I can sacrifice my like happiness and and how I feel of like not growing to the person I want to be. You feel me? Like, sure, my major, computer information systems, like, bro, it's gonna make good money. It's gonna make good money if I can find a job and stuff. But it's truly not a career that I see myself doing for the rest of my life. I don't see myself in any type of. I don't see myself in that career field. Like, it was literally just a major that, like, ooh, I'm someone know what computers, my way around. I'm lying out my ass, bro. In high school, I knew nothing about computers. All I really knew was I like to play the game, honestly. So yeah, bro, I picked computer science because, like, bro, I like to play the game, and it makes a good amount of money, and that was before all this AI stuff and all that, and the potential of computer science majors and other STEM majors being completely fleshed out because of the evolution of AI and stuff like that. Um, yeah, bro, and nah, bro, and then another thing with it is just fam. I don't like going to FAMU, bro. I don't like the current environment I'm in. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I've been in the same room that I grew up in. You feel me? And I don't think I've grown as a person. Like, my sister, great example. She got an opportunity to, feel me, live. Like, I've been living off campus. I haven't really got an opportunity to, like, separate myself from my current living situation to where, like, I gotta be on my own and stuff like that and just grow. Like, I feel like, in my big age, I'm technically, 23 years old. I'm an adult, but I feel like I've not grown into the adult that I want to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, bro. I just can't divulge any more effort into this schooling thing. Dezzy is, once again, I can't even say that I'm deciding on military. I've put my choice already out there that I'm gonna take this military test, the ASVAL, and see what branch I can get in, and just go into that field. You know what I mean? Like, I've already did my research, the pros and cons. Now I'm telling you this right now. I've done my research, and I feel like I know what I'm getting into in the military, but at the same time, like, I'm still scared. With the whole fact, if the U.S. does go to war, you feel me? I'm finna be in the war type shit. Obviously, I'm not trying to be on the front lines, but it's like, still, like, you want to be a war part of military or whatever. But, like, yeah, bro, military is gonna be a chance. I can just escape the environment I'm in. Jeff, I saw your text, but right now it's Dezzy open thoughts. Like, I'm just rambling. What you talking about? Always goes rough and hard towards the end. Yeah, yeah, but yeah. See, it's a Jeff. It's a thing. Like, I know it gets rough and hard towards the end, but, like, bro, when I tell you I don't, like, I'm not happy with myself, bro. Like, I've completely, I just say it. I don't like the person I am right now, bro. I don't like the person I am. like there it's a complete contrast for how I act in the summer and how I act in the school year. It's like, and when I say contrast, I don't mean like personality, like on stream. I'm just like in general as a whole, like my mental during the school year is just terrible. While in the summertime, I'm not taking classes. I'm still like working and stuff, but like I just feel just what's the word? I was thinking like free of mind. You know, it's just it's just a lot happier during the summer. You feel me? And I feel like it's because school is taking so much energy and time that I hate it. I hate it, bro. I hate it, and I don't see myself in the major. I don't see myself in a career. And like, but I will say this: one thing college has taught me, this principle called sunk cost fallacy. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on game. Sunk cost fallacy. I learned this in economics. But yeah. Peep this. Okay, boom. Oh, PC screen. Okay. So. There we go. Alright, the sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is this tendency for people to continue something because they've already invested their time, energy, or money, even when abandoning it will be more beneficial. Now, in my case, school, I've put in 80%, 4 years into, you feel me? I got 80% of the credits already earned, you know. I'm almost there. I can tough it out. But in my head, I feel like once I get this degree, I'm not confident I'm going to find a job. And even when I do find a job, I feel like I'm not going to be happy in the career path in the long run. And I feel like, sure, I'm gonna have the degree, whoop-de-woo. But I feel like in the time it's going to take to earn that degree, I feel like as a person, like my mental, everything else, like my mental, everything else contributing to that it's just not going to be. I feel like I'm not going to be happy with it, and I can't describe. I can't see myself doing this anymore. So I feel like, I feel like the military is the route. And like I said, I don't truly know what I'm getting into. Like I said, I somewhat know the pros and cons. I'm going to be locked into 3 to 4 whatever contract. People going to be in my ear telling me to do things and all that. I truly don't know what I'm getting into, but at the same time, like, I don't really see another option. Another option people was telling me was, trade school. And I do feel like I do want to see if I can get into trade, but at the same time, I don't want to do trade school here, bro. I want to get out, low key, trying to get out of Tallahassee, especially this room. I'm trying to get out of that, and I don't have money for to move out of state, well, even move cities. You feel me? And it's not like I can. I tried the whole roommate route. One of my friends 4 months ago, but that didn't work out just because I guess something came up, and I'm honestly not trying to rely on anybody for real. As far as getting up, or as far as rooming with them, I really don't want to try to rely on anybody. I want to try to do this on my own, and that's saying that it is like a double-edged sword because it's a lot easier with help with other people, but I feel like I can't rely on anybody truthfully, like I said, Biz, I see your message game, but like I said, like these are open thoughts. I want to keep getting my thoughts flowing out there. You know what I mean? I might read it later. We'll see. I gotta say, but like I said, I just want to get all these thoughts out here. Um, but yeah, man. So boom, talk to me. What else I got on my notes? Current semester advisor. Yeah, I already talked about that. Also, I got another thing with I got one thing talking about my ex. Uh, Considering, I guess it's basically an ex, even though it was a short 3 month, 4 month talking stage, whatever, whatever. But yeah, bro, there was times during class, seeing a person I used to be really divulged with, and yeah, bro, it was wild because like I would see her like coming out of class, bro. It happened like 3 times, and like, bro, I would not make eye contact. I would just see her in the corner of my eyes, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her. I'm pretty sure she saw me, and it's just like, damn, bro, I did not want to make that awkward. I did not want to make that whole, you feel me, stop talking with her awkward. And the whole reason, like, honestly, it was the first time I've done something like that. Like, basically tell a female that, like, I'm not trying to do this anymore. And the whole reason why I did it she was a great person. She was a great person, you feel me? It was just little small stuff that I I just didn't like. You feel me? It was little stuff that like turned me off from her. And in all honesty, I got. I'm gonna try to make this short. This. I'm trying to make this story short. But I met this female on a dating app. You feel me? And like I said, bro, she was a great person meeting her and all that. But honestly, I was attracted to her, but she wasn't my first option to say with all due respect. You feel me? That sounds terrible, but yeah, she was not the first. She wasn't the first option for she was just, you feel me, the female that actually responded, that was responding in a well-timed manner, and the one that actually went on a date with. You feel me? All the other ones, weren't responding as fast as she was, and it just turned out she, you feel me, applied the same pressure, whoop de whoop. But yeah, um, I was like in the moment, you feel me, the little honeymoon stage, like it was good. I was attracted to her, but slowly as time moved on, as I got to know her, you feel me, she was a great person, like personality wise, great, but it was just these little things, and like slowly I just started to realize like I'm not as attracted to you as I wanted it to be. You feel me? Yeah, bro. And it was just little things that just on top of that kind of just pushed it away. You feel me? And shit. And like it's gonna get to the point now. Nowadays, I obviously don't need to be in a relationship because, you feel me, I still need to figure my stuff out, my purpose and everything, my career and everything. Yeah, and honestly, DZ has been rough, bro. I haven't got a cut in 4 months. You feel me? Like the back of my head looks atrocious. You feel me? My side's grown out. My beard's scruffy. It's terrible. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been keeping up with my appearance. And but yeah, bro. Ever since and like I said, this is open thoughts. To be completely honest, I'm still battling lust. And there be moments to where like I be thinking about stuff that me and this girl did, and it's just like the thoughts come flying back in, and it's hard to, repulse that. You know, I'm still battling. I'm trying. I can't even lie to myself saying I'm trying. I want to. I say I want to, but it's just, yeah, man. You know, yeah. I can't even tell you how any. Like I said, Jiro, appreciate message, but like I said, this open thoughts right now. I'm just rambling, you know. I'm gonna try to reach at. You know one named D? Nah, I don't know nobody named D gang. But yeah. What else I was saying? Yeah, seeing old girl, thoughts coming back, lustful thoughts. Yeah. D's nuts. That's funny. But this is a serious situation, gang. This is serious. I'm trying to put out my damn my heart thoughts and shit. I'm talking about real shit. This nigga just hit me with a D's nuts joke. Wrong time, wrong place. Anyways, let's go back to my notes, man. Okay, so yeah, military talks. Yeah, bro. So when I was talking about the military, I talked with 3 people. I talked with my close friend, Shamarin. You feel me? I want to call one of my best friends from school, but well, Darren's also one of my best friends, but he's one of my best friends that I've talked with. And also, that's another thing, bro. Best friends. I don't know if I confidently have I don't know about the term best friend, you feel me? Like, I feel like I just have a lot of friends that I trust really well. I don't think I have a best friend anymore, because there's not one person that I specifically talk to that can classify as a best friend anymore. It's just, I feel like I have a lot of really good people around me that I've divulged a lot of thoughts and time with them, that I feel like these are friends. You know, I feel like nowadays it takes a lot for someone to be classified as a friend for me. It takes a lot more than just, you know, I know your name. I played football with you one time. I played, you know, I can't truly explain it, but I feel like it takes a lot more for me to consider somebody a friend, you know. But yeah, bro, I talked with Darren. He gave me his thoughts about it. He was it's been a minute since the conversation, but basically he told me that, you know, it's my decision to make. He didn't stir me any which way. He gave his own situation with how his parents told him with his whole degree and journey and everything, and he gave me some other stuff. Yeah, I feel like I didn't explain that well, but you know. Next I talked with my cousin. My cousin was the same age as me. You know what I mean? That boy Zeden. Shout out Zeden. Yeah, I talked with him because he had the opportunity. He actually scored very, very well on this military test, the ASVAL. He scored really well, and he could have gotten any branch he sort of chose, whatever. But the only reason he didn't, because he didn't feel like it was his time. He didn't feel comfortable at the time with joining the military. He felt like that it wasn't his time to join, and he felt like it wasn't his decision. You know, our grandfather was like pushing him to do it, because at the time he was living with him, and he was pushing him, but he felt like if he was going to make this choice, he wanted to make it himself, you know, and he just, like, at the time it wasn't his decision. And one thing I do admire about my cousin is, like, bro, he's doing all this life stuff, just life, career, whatever. He's doing this by himself. You know what I mean? And you know, I've had help. I've had the privilege to, you feel me, have a place to stay at my folks' crib. You know what I mean? He had to get up out and basically just figure life out by himself, you know. And, you know, it takes a lot of courage being in this position to just keep a level headed and just make stuff work, you know, find a place to stay, find and keep a job, you know, working without a car and stuff like that. Like, I have a lot of admiration for this dude, because I feel like he's doing something that I truly can't imagine doing, you know. But yeah, bro, he was talking about his whole situation. I don't want to give out all his business, because, you know, there's more stuff we talked about, but you know. And at the same time, he's obviously, you know, doesn't have everything figured out. He's still confused on a bunch of other stuff. You know, he has his own problems and situations. But yeah, man. It's just, you know, I really do appreciate his insight. You feel me? And it's a great guy. Great dude. Well, I'm gonna just say, at heart, he's a great dude. You feel me? He has done some stuff, but he realizes that stuff was bad, and yeah. That's enough on him. And then last person I talked about was my pops. Talked to my pops. You feel me? We had a great conversation, and what's crazy was his stance on it was kind of, because like he went that military route, you know. And here's another thing about the military, bro. Like, my whole thing is I want to go in the military, figure everything out, figure my career, and like, you know, I'm gonna be locked into this 3 to 4 contract, whoop de whoop. But here's the thing, bro. I've had my father come from the military, and my stepbrother come through the military. My grandfather came through the military. I don't know as his story full on through and through, but my dad, he wasn't set for life as soon as he came out. You know what I mean? He wasn't set. Same thing with my stepbrother. I guess he got out early because he had a whole situation to where he had to be discharged or whatever. And yeah, bro. As of right now, it doesn't like there's not a good track record. I won't be. It's not 100% that going to the military and coming out after, like, I'll be set in the time frame I want, you know. But even with all that considered, I feel like this is still, you know, I'm comfortable with the decision, you know. And yeah, it's just like I really am trying to find like a purpose, a career that I can enjoy, you know. And I'm gonna get to that. Obviously, streaming is something that I enjoy right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and divulge into the next point I got, which basically is what I'm talking about: futurized streaming, making content, and what separates me, you know. So with this streaming thing, this is something that I've always wanted to do. Like, I've always watched YouTubers, you know. I you know, as a little kid, started off watching YouTubers and stuff like that, and then eventually start seeing streaming and just playing games. You feel me? Just playing games, talking, joking on stream and stuff like this. Is something that I've always wanted to do, and I feel like I got an opportunity, you know, with, like, started out with the sponsorships I luckily got. Shout out HelloFresh. You know, through those sponsorships, I was able to build my own PC. You know, I started out with the laptop. You know, bro, them first 2 years of college, like, when I was, like, truly grinding off the laptop, I would have my capture card plugged in, and then, you know, just my regular TV right here. Like, bro, the PC laptop days was, and that wasn't a dual monitor setup. Like, I had to click off of YouTube and make sure I was still recording. It was like, bro, it was fun. It was fun, you feel me? And I feel like it was I had a great delusion to it, you know, a great bliss. Like, I was truly doing it for the love of the game. You know. And that's when school wasn't so much of a hassle. I wasn't worried about my future. If, like, this is something I would do, I was just regularly in school, you know. But now, bro, it's a feeling of I feel like with streaming now, I'm not 100%. What's the word, bro? It's just like I feel like I can't focus on streaming right now if I'm taking school, you know. I had to put all my energy into school. And like I said, bro, next semester I'm gonna be waking up. I'm gonna be waking up 7 a.m. It's like, bro, this last stretch, I'm not gonna have any time to be streaming, doing what I do out, like being creative and stuff. you know? And as it is right now, one thing I would struggle with, like, why would someone click on my stream and like watch me if you got all these big production IRL streamers, the whole Kai Sinats, Plague Boy Maxes, Your Rages, and all that. You feel me? Like I'm just a dude that sometimes I'll be watching YouTube videos, sometimes I play the game and like stuff, and like obviously that's not a great way to think about it at all, because you feel me, how are you going to grow if you just don't do it? You feel me? Comparison is a thief. What's a quote? Comparison is the thief of joy. I was gonna say thievery, but yeah, bro. I was spending all this time like comparing and worrying about time to do stuff instead of just doing it. You feel me? And I would always pride myself with being authentic, speaking my mind, and like, bro, I would always pride myself with just speaking my mind, doing whatever comes ahead, trying not to lie, bro. And bro, lately I've been contradicting myself because I feel like there will be situations to where like I would have a thought, I want to say it, then I'll bite my tongue. You know what I mean? I feel like I've factory reset to how I used to be. I would just be quiet in a corner and just not speak my mind at all. I would just let stuff fly by. And like I said, I'll be lying. I'll be lying to myself. I'll keep saying like, Dezzy, thug it out. You feel me? Get this degree. Take time away from streaming. Put your all into school and get it. Once you're out, you'll be straight. Nah, Dezzy. I feel like you lying to yourself, gang. I feel like you lying to yourself. Like you don't want to do this. You're not confident in this degree at all. You don't see yourself doing it. You need to find a way to just grow as a human being and just get out. You feel me? And yeah, bro, I'm trying my best to move forward in that. Yeah. Okay. Another thing is relations with friends, family, streamer friend, viewers. That's the next part I got. Yeah, bro. I don't know who's all listening, but this is my way of just saying sorry to any family and friends that consider me as so, cause like, bro, my communication with my folks and my friends have been terrible. Even during the holidays, bro. Like I said, my cousin is like in the other room. If he's just still watching this, bro. But I really haven't talked to bro for real, and that's just you still here. I guess I could address this personally, but like, bro, that's just I haven't been comfortable with myself, and I can't fake be all happy. You feel me? I can't fake, bro. I just can't fake being all in the holiday spirit when I feel like my life is just not clear to myself. Like it's just like I feel like I'm not in a good place, and I just can't fake and act all happy and stuff when I'm not confident in the person I am right now. Sure, other holidays like it was a lot easier. You feel me? Because I feel like everything wasn't so much a hassle, but like now I'm just not the person I want to be. I'm not the person I want to be, bro, and I just can't fake that person as of right now. I just can't fake that person, and hopefully I haven't burned any bridges. There was friends, who had plans of a whole, inviting everyone to the house, having a friend party or whatever, and I would just not communicate back to them at all. Like they would invite me, like, hey, bro, you can come over the house, crib, talk, whatever, anytime, just let me know, and I would just not let them know, and yeah, bro, I would have bad communication with Like I said, bro, these are people that I consider as friends. I would, and like I said, I don't have a cookie cutter way of clarifying a friend. Like when I call you a friend, I truly mean that, and like, and once again, I'm contradicting myself because I'm not the way I see as a friend. I don't contribute the same energy because I be not communicating with people. I don't be checking up on people, and once again, my excuse, better way of saying it, is just I don't feel myself. I don't feel myself, man. Yeah, I also have streamer friends. I guess just a little side note. I haven't talked with any of my streamer friends. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just hope they good. Hopefully they had a good Christmas. I'm talking about Poke, Trap, Jim, even JJ, bro. I miss JJ, man. JJ, bro, I used to call him my Mexican twin, bro. My Mexican twin. I haven't heard from JJ in however long, bro. And that's also, I don't be on Instagram anymore. I completely, see, the only apps I use nowadays is Twitter. I don't get a lot. I do be on TikTok, but bro, I be managing TikTok crazy. They have like a whole they have like a clip that plays whenever you spend like an hour on TikTok to tell you like, hey, you spend an hour on TikTok, it's time to give it a break, bro. As soon as I see that ad, I swipe off it, cause I know TikTok be like, bro, I can feel it. It'd be just mushing your brain into just mindlessly scroll. Like, it's literally called mindlessly scrolling, and like, bro, you'll get caught up in an hour of swiping TikTok so fast. But here's a good thing though. I limit it to only an hour, so I'm not doing it for like 2 or 3 hours. Like I at least I know like, hey, let me not rot my brain. Let me switch over to damn just watching the YouTube video, you know what I mean, or get on the game, Like, it's different forms of brain mush, but I feel like the other forms I'm using a little bit more of my brain, and like, yeah, I don't know. That's just Dezzy thoughts, rambling, just rambling. Shit, man. I feel like that's everything. I feel like I got it all out. Yeah, like I said, that's just open thoughts, just where my head at. It's really just trying to find my purpose in life, and hopefully, and regaining my passion for streaming. Hopefully when I do go this military route, I keep saying hopefully, I want to still stream when going this military route, yeah, stream, make clips, keep doing my YouTube reactions, stuff like that. L scream didn't get me. Yeah, man. I feel like that's it. I feel like I talked to everything I needed to. And yeah. Yeah, bro. I don't got anything else. Let me read what Jeffo was saying. I'm gonna just leave this big behind paragraph. So, a lot of people's mental health dips during the school year, while summer feels happier because it's more peaceful. The key is finding balance. Too much social life can hurt academics, but too much school can mess with your happiness and stop you from doing things you enjoy, like working out or hanging out. Finding good balance and managing your time better could really help. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but see, the thing was, like, I'm not. But see, it's. There's no way to. I'm forced with how much time I put in school. Like, if I don't put all this time and effort in school, I'm not gonna pass. I'm gonna take a class over again, which I've done before, and that caused a semester break. You feel me? And like, bro, I've experienced the dip and rise, and I'm just tired of experiencing that dip and rise. I would rather it's, you feel me, rise and stay there rather than rise dip. Like bro, if we can judge this on a happiness scale, if like the happiness starts right here, and then like summertime it rises up, you feel me? But then school starts, it dips low, and then summer comes back, like the way of summer, like I would much rather stay in this like upper echelon, and then they like just have it like ah. That's a bad explanation. That's a bad explanation. But hopefully that makes sense. I don't think it did. Let's see what Bug Sacks Cuzzo was talking about. I know input isn't really needed, but I think the idea of a best friend is a bit more childish. They need to get out of the idea later and just have a lot of good regular friends. Yeah. Yeah. See, that whole thing with best friends, it's just, yeah, I feel like it is childish. Like, I like, the friends I have now, I will say I do have I don't know. Because there's definitely better ways to, like, clarify. There's friends that I would say there's people that I'm cool with. I feel like that's a better way to describe it. There's people that I'm, like, cool with, you know, that I would play the game with, that I'll talk to, yada, yada. I might even hang out with them. But then there's friends that I would share I would share my true thoughts with them, and I would share personal stuff going on, even though I'm sharing my personal stuff to whoever is even watching the stream right now. I guess I don't know. It's just people that I don't know, bro. I don't know how to describe it. Cause people like I definitely feel like I'm cool with them. I have no problem with them at all. But then there's people that like, yeah, bro, I would definitely hang out with you. I would disclose personal information to you, you know? But yeah. I feel like I've gotten everything out. I feel like I've got everything out that I want to, you know? Yeah, I feel like there's nothing else on my notes that I haven't got. Then of course I gotta do 10 I gotta do 10 games to describe Dezzy. Yeah. I feel like I got everything, bro. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna put this on YouTube, whatever. Just cause, just an update. I don't know. Who cares? That's it.